Hey guys, just thought I was going to show you guys the work that Mid-Atlantic Waterproofing did to my basement. They are still in the process of fixing things. First of all, as you notice, the carbon fiber straps holding up our bowed wall, they were placed about 7 feet apart. They are supposed to be 4 feet apart. I guess they're going to come back and put in a total of 8 straps. So they're going to put in, they're gonna put in 5 more. And also the other problem I had, which they fixed already, is this was the sub pump, the first one behind our washer and dryer. It kind of burst out because they cut it too short. So here's one of their sub pumps right here. And as you can see, this is Mid-Atlantic Waterproofing. You can't really see in this one. I'll try to show you in the other one. I'm not gonna take the covers off, so don't expect that. So yeah, so this is the first wall. You do have these convection ports, and they put blue on because I guess they didn't have any more. This is what one of the other one looks like, if you can see that. It's just a white one with a little bit of a head on it, kind of like a dog squeaky toy. I personally have rather had those in here than the blue ones because they don't look as bad. They actually match the wall. And here's the wall. Now this wall was not patched by them. This was actually my patchwork. I do have to fill the cracks myself because I really don't want to pay extra for that, because as it is, I paid $17,000 and I can barely afford to pay that. But they need to be done to make sure that our walls didn't cave in anymore. And I don't know if I can show you this, and I can't. But behind there is 2 holes in each block. So basically, I'll show you on this block, if I can get zoomed out enough. So you'd have a hole about here, have a hole about here, and then they put a hole on the mortar joint. You want to make sure they put holes on the mortar joint at the bottom of the wall. That prevents the build-up between the areas, because each one of them have a little pocket. When they connect together, it's not flat on the end, it's actually got a little pocket which holds water. So you want to make sure that whoever installs it does do it on the mortar joint. They did it in my place. I actually watched them do that after watching a lot of videos on the proper way to do it. So as you can see, this is also my repair job. It's not the greatest. It needs a little paint, but I'm not going to paint it right now. I'm also going to make this into a part of an apartment, so that will cover up a lot of that. And then they said this wall was fine. I will kind of look at it occasionally and wonder if there's a little bow to it, but I don't know if you can see in the video or if it looks fine. It's probably fine though. So yeah, they got ports all around there. This is the second sub pump, which they kind of just attached to the initial. So here's the other sub pump, which you still can't see in because of the moisture. And just to give you guys an idea, this plug back here, this is for the actual solenoid, turns it on, and this one at the very end is the pump itself. So if you want to do a manual pump, just take the top end off, plug this end directly into here without the solenoid, and the pump will turn on. Just make sure that you don't leave it on too long, otherwise you will burn out the pump. So make sure you know that. And obviously this is existing pipe, and yeah, they didn't do anything with that. And my next review, which is going to go on my Computer-tastic channel, is going to be on this electric dog fence right over here. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, they did fill up all the cracks. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that was a crack that they did cause by using the jackhammers, but they did fix it. So I can give them that. They are fixing it the way they should be. Now this is one spot that they need to work on. I don't need to tell them about. This was molded up right here. As you can tell, I cleaned it up myself. And obviously it is still leaking as opposed to the dark spot on the floor. So yeah, it's not supposed to leak. So I'm going to have to patch the cracks up in form of that and possibly have them come out and fix that too. So yeah, so overall you see they did do a pretty decent job. I didn't ever see them clean mold off the wall, but I guess they weren't supposed to. And another mess up spot here is right by this window. This is the first one they did. You are not supposed to have 3 of these together. You should have one here, one here. This one on the motor joint is not supposed to be there. So that's another mistake they've done, but... And you see, obviously, the hair step cracks. And unfortunately, I bought this house for $68,000, and I haven't even been here a year yet, and I'm already doing repairs on the basement, so I'm not too happy about that. And as you can see, there's the straps. They look fairly good in size distance, but they do need to be like twice as many of them, which, yeah, they better do that. And I'm a little worried on this wall. I just hope it holds. They do need to be anchored into both the floor, which is what they did here. Can't really see it because it's covered underneath the concrete the way it's supposed to be, but it's got a pin holding into the footer. And up here you have another bracket that's hooked up to the silt plate, and that will keep the whole wall from supposedly moving. And obviously there's 2 layers of epoxy on here. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see the epoxy. 2 layers of epoxy. That is to keep it on there or it won't come off. And okay, I guess they did grind it out. It looks like they did, at least. You can tell me on that too, because I was wondering if they actually ground it out, but maybe right there it looks kind of like they did. And yeah, I got to obviously fix that crack as well. So I'm doing a lot of the crack repair myself, which I've been able to do with the mortar or hydraulic cement is better. And then you use the hydraulic cement. I've been using a screwdriver since I don't have a chisel. So I use a screwdriver, chisel the spot out, then take a frosting knife that you usually use for cooking or baking. Take and use that, fill the cracks up, and that's how I got that wall the way I did. So yeah, this is kind of a basement tour, which is not the best looking basement in the world. Eventually we will fix it up, make it into another living quarters. But yeah, I just figured I'd show you guys what Mid-Atlantic did to my basement, so you can kind of get an idea for yourself, and whether or not it is worth it, still to be determined. But I'm hoping once they get everything fixed the way it was supposed to be done in the first place, that we won't have any issues. The other issue that I just remembered on the electrical box area is, and possibly the reason why it still leaks. They did not put the ports in the top of the wall, because obviously they weren't going to take that off. So I don't know if that's why. Personally, I rather would have seen them drill holes either through the wood or take the panel off and drill the holes out in the concrete properly, but they didn't. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I know Mid-Atlantic will probably see this video and be to tell me what needs to be fixed, what they're going to do about it, that type of thing. This is part of the reason why I'm making this video. 1, to show everybody the work that was done, and 2, to get input from the professionals. Make sure that the installers did their job properly. If not, then you can obviously email me, and I will make my best to contact you so that way you can make it right. And then once everything is completely finished, I can do another review video and show the actual final product, because this is pretty final, but I want to consider it final until they actually fix everything. So yeah, that's about it for my Mid-Atlantic waterproofing product tour. And yeah, so let me know in the description what you guys thought of this and thought of them as a company, if I got ripped off or if it was actually a good deal. I still don't know. I still feel kind of uncomfortable about giving $17,000 out, but hey, it is what it is. And it kind of needed to be done, especially since the concrete was breaking up. But the thing about it, when they actually took this apart, there was no water by the footer, which made me wonder even more if it needed to be done. But the floor itself did need to be fixed in some spots. The wall did need to be supported, so kind of felt like, yeah, it needed to be done. And see, I can't tell if you go like that. if it's level or not. I took my phone with a little level tool, and from what I saw, the wall did look level. So I don't know, but I do know it looks worse with the cracks, and it looks worse with the chips off the wall. But yeah, I'm gonna fix all that hopefully soon. I got a lot of overtime work to do right now, so it's a little tough right now because I gotta do have to make the money to do the repairs and buy the stuff for the house in the first place. And yeah, it's obviously paint coming off the wall, so that doesn't help. So yeah, I guess this concludes the tour for now, and I will post another video, like I said, once they completely finish, once they put the more straps up and everything else, and they approve of the actual work. So it's just kind of sad that I already had money taken out, and it still seems like they're working on it. So yeah, hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, comment down below what your thoughts are, and share with your friends, anybody that needs basement waterproofing, so they kind of have an idea of what should be expected and the work that should be done. So yeah, bye.